Hey, what's up, guys? Guess what? We're here to kill chaos. What is going on, Tentacrew? It is your boy, Billy the Squid. And yes, we are talking today about Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger of Paradise. This game is very interesting to me because I was going to be making a series, and I still plan to, on what if X game franchise made a Souls-like. And it seems like Final Fantasy is finally doing that. They got ahead of me on this one. As you can see up here, IGN so kindly has already labeled it a Souls-like, so it must be true. I haven't seen that much of it in the trailer. It looks like a more of a hack and slash style. It could be a Souls-like. We will see. IGN is the go-to for all gaming knowledge, and I'll be damned if anybody tells me different. But yeah, we're gonna go through this trailer, and I'm gonna play through it once, let you guys see it if you haven't already. I'm sure most of you have, and then we'll give my reactions. We'll go back through the trailer, and I'll kind of give you a little recap on what I see in the trailer, what interests me, and what has me hyped for Final Fantasy Origin. So let's get the show on the road. May contain content inappropriate to children. Buried deep in their hearts. It's a Kingdom Hearts game, guys. Did you guys not get that memo? Big names!
I'm here to
pew,
kill
pew, pew.
chaos. That's my mission.
Team Ninja.
Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
Guess
Yup.
we'll just show ourselves in.
I only know one thing. I want to kill chaos. I need to. It's not a hope or a dream.
That's so cool.
It's like a hunger. Thirst.
Move aside! You're dust!
You sure chaos is here?
Yeah, they can only squash monsters for so long. I hate doing pest control.
This is the shrine of chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down.
Feel the
I just noticed something.
The darkness is so thick I can taste it. This is it. No doubt.
Die already!
Yeah?
There was a knight who left on the same journey as you, but never returned. His name was Garland. If you could, I
Yes!
would be grateful if you looked for him.
Chaos.
And a boss fight right off the get.
I'll crush you! Know when you're beaten! And who are you?
We're here to kill chaos.
The prophecy's very own warriors of light.
Real.
He always wore such splendid armor. A
Yeah?
helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I become chaos.
So that is the trailer, and I actually noticed a lot of different things watching through. I only watched it the first time through during the E3 showcase. As you can see, it is going to be backported to the Xbox One and PS4, as well as the modern consoles, as well as PC. So anywhere that you want to play, you're able to play there. Team Ninja, they are the team that did the Devil May Cry reboot that had dark-haired Dante. I think they also did the Metal Gear Rising series with Raiden being all cyborg ninjas up. So a lot of cool stuff that has came from them. This is their genre. They know what they're doing. And yeah, coming 2022, so another game for next year. And a bold new vision for Final Fantasy. As I see it there, it doesn't look too much different from what they're doing with the Final Fantasy VII Remake and such like that. It is different than Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's straight up a Devil May Cry game. This one definitely has a little bit more heft and nuance to it. And I'm kind of... Let's go through this, and I will pause it, and we'll discuss a few things that have me intrigued and excited. All right. So first thing is first.
That's my mission.
You got the trio, which these guys don't seem to change. It seems like these are the
Looks
static
like chaos has
characters.
been waiting for us.
And they have a hatred for chaos, if you couldn't gather that.
Find you?
Yeah. These guys are the same throughout the trailer, but watch through the gameplay and you'll actually see that it seems like their movesets and their weapons and equipment change up throughout. It might just be the main character. I'm pretty sure both of these guys had different equipment as well, so keep an eye out for that.
I only know one thing. I want to kill chaos.
Yes, you do. Square Enix and the Final Fantasy franchise has been going down this dark, edgy route for a while. They did Shadowbringers with Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy 15 was a boy band edge fest. Then Final Fantasy 16 looks like it's going down. They're really hitting this dark fantasy motif and kind of pulling away from more of the high fantasy stuff. And I'm okay with that. I actually really like that, especially with the new combat directions they've been going, more live action combat. It's very, very good. Big fan of that. Also, watch how he kills all of these enemies. So he's got the greatsword like he did in the intro. But watch how he kills all of these enemies.
It's not a hope or a dream.
Every single enemy in this game, he like turns to crystal and then crushes it. And that kind of gives me like, you guys remember Prince of Persia: Sands of Time? How whenever you were fighting things, you fought them until they fell on the ground, and then to actually finish them off, you had to stab them with the dagger of time and suck them up into the thing. It kind of gives me that kind of a feel. Like if you're not, if you don't do this move to them, they might come back and keep fighting you back. Not sure if that's the mechanic or if this is just like a cool execution move that will like give you bonus crystal or whatever the currency is going to be in this game. With a lot of these gameplay trailers, we're not getting any HUD info, so we don't know what stamina is going to be like, what health is going to be like, if there's going to be a XP currency system like in a Souls game, which I would assume, since IGN labeled it Souls-like, that there will be something along those lines. Also, I'm curious to see if there's going to be any kind of death mechanics where death is penalized and you have one chance to revive or get your resources back and all that stuff. That tends to be a pretty staple of the genre. But let's back it up just a little bit. So here, he's got the greatsword, but in this next fight scene, he's using a spear and completely different armor set.
Thirst.
Move aside!
And now he's in a completely different set of gear. He's got a sword and what looks like, is that a mace? Yeah, that's a mace. And again, another differing armor set. And every single person or enemy that he kills, he does with the crystal
This is
move.
the shrine of chaos.
There's that mace again. Showed a little bit of magic there. Looked like the magic was weaved into a combo. I don't know if that was an alternate button press or if, like with this class set, if that's just part of how the combos are going to look. Could be cool either way.
Here. We just have to hunt him down.
Or crystal. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like the other two actually are changing now that I'm looking like it. It looks like the one dude's got twin daggers, the other dude's a pugilist with fists, and then we can kind of change up our loadout as we see fit. It seems like that's the class system that's going on. Kind of like a Code Vein style system where it's got companions. I wonder if it's going to go as far as what Code Vein did with being able to like opt out of the companions, or if the game's like really heavily balanced around having these two guys with you. More like a Final Fantasy 15. Either way would be cool. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 15 and how they balanced everything out, so I wouldn't be opposed to having like these guys permanent and have Boy Band Part 2. Let's continue.
The darkness is so thick I can taste it. This is it.
More
No
spear.
doubt.
Die already!
There
And
was a
then
knight who
we
left
get
on
the
same
big
journey as you,
highlight of the
but
trailer.
never returned. His name was Garland.
Mr. Garland.
I would be grateful if you looked for him.
And this has me so excited because I don't know if this is like a true spin-off or like before the events of Final Fantasy 1, but with the name Final Fantasy Origin, it seems almost like this is their like reboot of the original Final Fantasy. They call themselves the Warriors of Light. We're fighting Garland. This is like the first dungeon in Final Fantasy 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a reboot of the original Final Fantasy. And that is really, really cool to me. What I am, and I'm going to go ahead and talk through this while this trailer is playing, is I'm a little concerned that they're going to go the Final Fantasy 15 route on how they do magic. I'm not seeing a lot of spells being thrown other than stuff weaved into combos. And none of the classes that they showed had, like, none of them were magic or mage classes. They just want to kill Chaos.
Very own Warriors of Light.
And there's the Warriors of Light comment.
He always wore such splendid
Yes, he did. So I want to know if, like, black mage, white mage, that kind of stuff is going to be added in, or a possibility. I also want to know if you can customize your bros, or if it's just customizing the main character. And there is that awesome cinema, like that awesome logo work. This also seems like it is like almost like, I don't want to make a speculation, but it seems like it might be tied in kind of like into the Dissidia work. Maybe this is an origin into Dissidia, because in Dissidia, Garland is Chaos in that. So, and I know at the end of Final Fantasy 1, Garland is the final boss as Chaos. So it's all very, very interesting. I'm very excited to see how this goes. It seems like it's a Final Fantasy 1 reboot, if I'm being real with you, with hack and slash elements. I just want to know what kind of customization you can do. I want to know what kind of class system they have. I want to know what's up with the two dudes that are with the main character and if you can customize them. A lot of questions. I want to know if it is a Souls-like, just like what IGN is saying. God bless IGN for keeping us in the loop that this is in fact a Souls-like. And yeah, I want to know, like, it gives heavy hack and slash vibes. It gives Prince of Persia Sands of Time vibes with the execute mechanic. And it's just good. It's got that dark fantasy style that Square Enix has really been leaning into recently, and I'm all about that. So, if you guys are interested in Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, it will be coming in 2022 to all systems past and present. So, keep up on that as any more info comes out, like a demo, for instance. I will be keeping us posted on what's going on. Like I said, new trailers, new demos, I will be in the loop, so subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out my Twitch channel. We play these kinds of games all the time there nightly, 10:30 Eastern, Billy_the_squid, same as the YouTube channel. Much love, guys. Take care.